It might not look like it, but this really is a landmark car, the Hyundai Ioniq. It's the first car on sale that you can buy as a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or what we have here, an electric car. The Hyundai Ioniq Electric is one of a vast, expanding band of family cars that forego petrol for plug, joining the likes of the Renault Zoe and Nissan Leaf. But unlike another rival, the BMW i3, the Ioniq EV doesn't wear its heart on its sleeve with radical looks. Its conservative styling can be best described as safe. And that's the case inside too. While it should easily withstand the rigours of family life, it's not what you'd call exciting in here. In fact, it's so sober, it's quite easy to forget that you're sitting inside an electric car. The clues are here though, not least this digital driving range readout. Now, if you can come to terms with the design, it's actually quite a nice place to be. The dashboard is clear, easy to use, with easily legible dials and controls exactly where you'd expect to find them. And these little copper-coloured accents, well, they're quite a nice touch too. It feels very well put together with plenty of soft touch materials. And there's a decent amount of space in here. There's a good-sized glove box, space for a packet of crisps, but unfortunately, the door bins don't pass the Carbuyer big bottle water test, but we can put it here instead. You're not left wanting for equipment either. The responsive and easy-to-use touchscreen infotainment system features Android Auto and Apple CarPlay tech, and there is a reversing camera and sat-nav too. If you choose the premium SE trim level, you get heated and cooled leather seats with a memory function. Now here in the back, you should just about be able to fit 3 adults. The middle seat is perfectly usable. Now in terms of legroom, actually the seat is adjusted to my driving position and there's quite a lot of space. It's comfortable and I'm 5'8", so there is a decent amount of space. And the same when it comes to the headroom, which is actually surprising given that there is this sloping roofline. But I do think the Nissan Leaf does have more room. Now, boot space is comparable with other family hatchbacks. It's a bit bigger than the Volkswagen e-Golf, although slightly smaller than the hybrid Ioniq. Now, it can be expanded further to 1,410 litres if you fold the rear seats. And it's nice and easy to load luggage, thanks to this brilliant wide opening. Although, to be honest, a little bit disappointing to have this drop down here and a lip. The Ioniq Electric is as quiet as you'd expect from a car without a petrol or a diesel engine, and its low noise helps it to feel quite soothing while driving. Although once you're up to higher speeds, the Ioniq starts to sound rather more like a normal car. Although there is the absence of the engine, you still get the roar from the tyres on the road and the rushing of the wind around the mirrors and the windscreen. But of course, once you turn the radio up, you're going to forget all about that. Like pretty much every other electric car, the Ioniq feels quick and really well suited to round-town driving. It's very nippy, certainly more than the 10-second 0 to 62 mph time might suggest, but it's perfectly happy at motorway cruise too. The Ioniq Electric takes 4.5 hours to fully charge from a home charging station, or 12 hours using a domestic 3-pin socket, which will give you a claimed range of 174 miles, which to be honest is more than enough for most of us. Now you can get the battery up to 80% in around 30 minutes if you use a high-speed charger. That should make the Ioniq Electric a cheap car to run, but at around £25,000 after the government's electric car grant, it's cheaper than an e-Golf. The lure of free road tax, congestion charge exemption and cheap company car tax is very appealing though. The Renault Zoe might offer more range and the Nissan Leaf might be cheaper, but the Ioniq Electric is quite a hard car to fault. If you're looking for an electric car, then this really ought to be on your shopping list. But don't forget to check out our Renault Zoe review or our electric car playlist. Click the logo to subscribe and click the links below to follow us on social media.